Secret number two is most leads are not ready to talk to you. And I think that we assume that, well, somebody took the time to go on my website, so therefore they want to talk to me. The opposite is true. Probably about 90% of the leads on your website do not want to talk to you. Now, that does not mean they're not open to hearing from you. Okay, and that's an important distinction. They're maybe just not ready to sit down. Some of them at that time, while they're on your website, they may not even be ready to have a phone call, which is fine. We have the ability to start that conversation, to start that relationship through messaging. Now, the other thing that's important to note here, Diana, is that when that opportunity is on your website, are they trying to include you to their short list of builders to consider, or are they trying to cross you off the list and exclude you? What do you think is true?
I think they will exclude me.
Exactly. That is how people shop. So when they're on your website, they're not looking for reasons to add you to the short list. They're looking for reasons to cross you off the short list. Again, because I research online, and this is the funnel aspect, I gather information here and I start to narrow things down. And when I get things to a narrow part of the funnel here, that's where I might have 1, 2, or 3 builders I'm actually going to have a conversation with. And that's where you want to be, is that 1, 2, or 3 builders that you can have the conversation. So when they're on their website, they are trying to cross you off the list. Any other thoughts on that, Diana?
Yeah, so that's interesting because you will think that they will include you, so that, but it seems that it's exactly the opposite. They will just exclude you, and they stay with something that they really want and they're interested in. So it's counterintuitive. I think.
If you
Yeah.
think about it, I just purchased a new car recently and I bought used cars. So 99% of my research was done online. But as I was shopping for those cars, and they have websites now where you can, all the cars are aggregated into one website, and I can go through and I can filter the cars out, and then I can pick my favorites. And so what happened is that I had at first a list of maybe 8 or 10 favorites. And then I would go through and I would re-examine those, and I would start to learn more about the features I did or didn't want, or maybe some of them had more miles than I wanted, or they didn't have the right color, or the interior was wrong. So what I noticed happened was I whittled that down to 2. And then I was actually physically scheduled to go look at those 2 cars. Now, this is a large purchase, obviously, not as large as, say, remodeling your home or building your home, but that's how the process went. I just whittle. I got down to the narrow part of the funnel. There was 2. I went to go visit one of the cars, and on the way there, the salesperson called me for car number 2 and said, oh, by the way, I just discovered this. Well, it was some rust, where there was some wear and tear on the car that you really couldn't see in the picture. So kudos to him. He wanted to give me full disclosure because it was a bit of a drive for me to go see the car. So I only went and looked at one car, and that's the car I bought, after looking at dozens and dozens of cars in the geographic area here. So again, that's the process that your leads are using to find a home builder or to find a remodeler. They're going to start looking at a lot, and then they're going to say, hey, I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this. They will create a short list, and then they'll even narrow that short list down before they'll actually move to the next step, which is the phone call.
Yeah. That's interesting because you think that they all want to talk to you, right? But
yeah, they really don't. And the younger the demographic today, the less they want to talk to you.
Yeah.
They want to use this, for everything.